back to another edition. Pure Picks, back with my man Gerard once again. What you up to, Top G?
I'm doing good. I'm in good spirits right now. A lot of wins, a lot of dubs, so I'm ready for some more green.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's talk about that week. I mean, it's great to talk about some green after some of the weeks that we've had so far. Yeah, I mean, I'll let you get to your guy, but like for me, I just want to talk about that parlay that I put in with Jazzy Vicious and Lynn Horf. She just went with my original thesis of putting in Malak. That dude was a hell of a lock, as you guys saw. Man, Burns looks so washed in the walk-in. Like I couldn't believe how washed he looked. And then Malak looked fantastic when he came in. So like that was like an instant lock right there. Lynn Horf, I don't know. You can consider it a win if you want, but there's always going to be robberies either way. Sometimes we're on the good side of the robbery. Sometimes we're on the bad side. I remember like one time we were on Amir Abazi versus Kaikar France, and we probably didn't deserve to win that, but we did. This one I think was a little bit more egregious. I mean, I think Lynn Horf like closed at a 99% favorite. I don't know what to say about that. It's just unfortunate, but that's the fight game betting, right? Like there's just a lot of corruption happening, and it's a lot of weird schemes happening as well. So sometimes you're just caught into that. But yeah, even if you, let's say, take that in, I mean, we would have been up big, and I think we're still up big. I mean, we're up 3.53 units. So pretty solid, man. Anything you want to talk about for this last card?
I mean, we got a lot of green here, a lot of wins. We almost swept the card if it went for that. The double women's parlay was there's a reason why I never do that, because something like this seems to happen if you have too much women in your parlays. I think for me, the one bad thing that I got wrong was that Bozer underdog. I think I was just trying to force an underdog play on this card when I did. I could have just kept it simple and tie Croden with Valentin, which I did, which I actually bet on as a parlay. But I thought Bozer, yeah, I think I was just forcing an underdog on Bozer. But one shiny spot that we did have was that Charles Jourdain. We had more than 3 units on him on this card, and it paid off. We had him in the 3-leg at plus 288 odds with Jazavicius, and under 1.5 lock with Barbosa. And yeah, it was a great win at Winnipeg, aka Dub City. So let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, man. Let's keep it rolling. Obviously, this week, we got another interesting fight card. Hey, what it is, what it is. From my standpoint, just in my personal opinion, some of the quality has gone down, but that doesn't mean the money can't stop coming in, right? Like the money can still come in. There's always some spots in these bad cards, for lack of a better term. So yeah, man. Sterling versus Zalal, fight night at the Apex once again. I'll let you start off, man. Like, what kind of fights are you thinking about right now, or like, what's on your mind for this?
This card, it's not a great card, but I mean, there's a good fight right here as a main event. Sterling versus Zalal. I know that they've been training partners before, so that's an added, maybe weird variable to keep account of, because fighters who've fought before, it could end up being like a weird outcome, slow, and maybe not as much action. It could look similar to like a sparring match. It gets a little boring and hard to score. So I think this is going to be a good competitive fight, though, with Zalal and Sterling. You got any thoughts for this one?
Yeah, main event. I mean, this is very eerily similar to the Chris Duncan Moicano one. Although, I mean, I don't think these guys have sparred as much as trained as much as those two guys probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm just fresh off of that Chris Duncan beating, so maybe I'm just a little biased because I kind of want to go Aljo right here just because of all that just happened. If you guys take a look at the odds, I mean, it's kind of similar to what even happened in that last one with Duncan. I mean, Zalal, he opened up at plus 170. Aljo opened up at minus 200. I think Moicano opened up at minus 220 or 200 or something like that too. It's very, very similar. The exact same line movement just happened. I mean, Aljo opened at minus 200, instantly got bet to like a plus like 115. And then he got all the way like even to like plus 145, 55. So it's very similar to the Chris Duncan line movement. Analysis could also be similar if you kind of think about it like that too, right? It's like we obviously know who the big dog was in those sparring sessions. It was the seasoned. I mean, Aljo's a freaking champ. He's a champ, right? Zalal, this is his second time back in the UFC. Clearly, when they sparred, this is obviously when Zalal was younger and Aljo was in his primo prime, right? Like he's probably the champion during this time or close to being the champion. So I guess it just depends on how much you think Zalal has improved and how much slippage Aljo has had. I think that's the main two things. Both of them are pretty good grapplers. Striking wise, I think that Aljo, he has some funky stuff coming at you that's kind of unorthodox. It might not work all the time, but just based on his stats, I mean, it seems to work from fight to fight. But I think on the feet, I'll probably give it to Zalal, honestly, just because I feel like he reminds me of how he fights on the feet. It's like a French fighter in a way. It's like he's just like very efficient, defensively sound. I don't think he's gonna get caught with anything that Aljo's bring at him to stand up. To be honest, I think the fight's probably gonna come down to the grappling portion and who's gonna be able to control that. I don't know. Usually, if you're talking about Aljamain Sterling, it's really hard to beat him in a grappling match. Look at who he's lost to in those kind of matches, like Mozarv, who probably should be fighting for the title next. Mozart is just a better wrestler than him. I think that's what did the fight in. And then he got knocked out by Sean O'Malley. I mean, just look at his record. It's crazy. It's a pretty crazy record. I think he gets slept on a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta go Aljo over this one. I after what I witnessed with Chris Duncan, but plus 100. I think the value has kind of been extracted in a way. So I'm not sure if I even want to like bet plus 100 at this point for Aljo, but I don't know. Like I can't, I don't think I can put Zalal. For me, I might end just skipping it, but that's just me. That's what I said for Duncan Moicano initially. So I think I'm going to stick to that instead of trying to force it because I don't know what happened at the end of the week for the Duncan Moicano fight. I just decided to go with all in Duncan. That didn't work at all. So I think I'm just going to stay away from this one. Yeah.
This fight, for this one, I think my lean is Zalal, just because I think he has an overall game now on his second stint in the UFC. I think he has the footwork and the stand up that can cause Sterling some problems. I don't know if Sterling will be able to cut off the ring against someone with the movement of Zalal, but this is 5 rounds, and lately we're starting to see Sterling look a little bit old in the later rounds. He's not keeping up the pace that he usually does in the later rounds from back then. And Zalal has just really improved. Like, if I were to compare this to the Chris Duncan Moicano fight, I think you can actually see the change in Zalal's game than can from Chris Duncan's improvements. Because I think the change is very drastic, I believe. And even from his first stint in the UFC, I think he gave Ilia Topuria like his second hardest fight at the time. If you're to look, I think it was only Jai Herbert, and the second strongest opponent might have been Zalal. If you were to look at Poirier's record, and I think he's just really a complete fighter, complete game. Coming into his prime years, and Sterling's coming down. Obviously, we said this about Duncan and Moicano, but on the Moicano one, I was more leaning on Moicano in that fight, picking up the underdog odds on Moicano, even though I said I was leaning Duncan. But on this one, I think I'm leaning Zalal, and I think I still would be picking Zalal if I were to bet on this fight. The only problem that I have for this, if I were to make it as a play, is the gym that he's with is always a big asterisk for me. Factory X, Muay Thai, I think. I don't know what they're cooking in some of these fights that ends up coming out, like that Alex Hernandez fight that was flagged for maybe some illegal betting activities, and their Isaac Dalgarian. That one was he's not in the UFC anymore because obviously you can't throw fights like that. So that's the only thing that's in the back of my mind of like, is he actually going to compete or some of those shenanigans from Factor X are going to show up? But yeah, for me, if it was just strictly a fight, I like Youssef Zalal in this spot for me. That's how I see this fight.
For sure. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe we get some more data throughout the week, and then we just end up staying away from it. That's maybe that's the best way to look at this. Yeah, as I'm going down this list, yeah, it's a lot of interesting ones for sure. Kind of want to talk about the Montel Jackson, Ronnie Barcelos one. I feel like generally I'm pretty good at sensing when to load off on a fighter. Obviously, there have been some losses. I thought Moicano was the same at the end of the week, but like even in my initial thoughts, I kind of felt like it was a kind of close fight. That's why I wanted to stay away from it because I couldn't tell. The Burns one, I was kind of confident. I was pretty confident in him being super washed, and then I even told Gerard this. I mean, I saw him walk out on the walkouts, and I wish I just recommended people to empty their accounts at that point because he looked so washed. It wasn't even funny. For Ronnie Barcelos, I think that time is up. Unfortunately, I mean he's been a great fighter. Honestly, he's been fighting a lot of good people, but I think we need to dig into some of his wins so far on this win streak. It's kind of interesting. Christian Quinones, obviously, there's a lot of holes in that guy's game. I mean, he came back, did a good win against Chris Martino, right? But I mean, I think he's an average fighter, maybe like just overall. Peyton Talbot, very young. Admittingly, I don't think anybody saw that plus 725 coming in. That was kind of crazy. So that was still a great win for Roger Barcelos. And then we gotta look at these last two people that he fought. Like in all seriousness, Cody Garbrandt. I mean, I love him, man. Like he's one of my favorite fighters. I've been watching this guy for over a decade. I usually pick him in his fights. There was a stretch where I always picked him because Cody had the hands. It's just very hard to teach those hands. But unfortunately, I think he's done as a fighter. Like I watched that Raoni Barcelos fight against Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt only has one good round in him. Unfortunately, at this point, Raoni Barcelos, all he had to do was just withstand that first round and then just kind of steamroll him after that. And then we got to this next fight right here, Ricky Simon. I mean, come on, like we saw what Ricky did the last fight, right? Like I had this feeling about Ricky for a long time. I wish we would have just put it in because I thought Adrian Yanez won that fight personally. I don't know why that was a draw. I think we had to play on someone, right? I think we got lucky with it being a draw.
We got saved.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this guy was on the verge of getting knocked out. Regardless of that, I felt like Yanez beat him personally when I watched the fight. So I couldn't believe that. So Ronnie Barcelos just win after win. When you look into them, not that great, I think. And I think that I think he's going to come out looking 40 years old here because he's been fighting people that are kind of less washed than him, even or more washed than him. Sorry. Like Simone, Garbrandt. I think Ronnie still has it in him to beat those kind of guys. Man, you're talking about a guy like Montel Jackson. I know he screwed a lot of people over last fight with Davison Figueiredo Figgy came through as a dog. I mean, I didn't see it coming, honestly. I thought he was totally done after that fight, but let's just peel back the layer again. Totally disrespected Figgy. I mean, this guy's still like pretty much like a champion, one of the best flyweights of all time. Going up in weight, he still had that lighter man skill kind of. Yeah, I mean, Figgy, that was my bad. I thought that he was more washed than he was. I don't think he's that washed. Montel Jackson, even though it was a close fight, it's still a split decision, right? I think he still kind of did okay, even though it's tough to go into that as a minus 335 favorite. People were expecting him to knock out Figgy or be a pretty good decision win, right? So having said that, I think Montel is coming into right some wrongs here. This is kind of similar to what it's just the feeling that I have and the thought process that I have. It's similar to the Burns Malott kind of analysis. I think Malott, like Jackson, after losing the Figgy, he's coming in there to prove that, hey, like I'm still a contender. That loss was just a little blip in the radar. Like it's just like, something that happens. But before then, I mean, we got to look at this guy's record, right? I mean, I think he was like the division leader in knockdowns in the division, like all time or something like that. This guy, he's super quick with the hands. Like he just needs to throw them. The power is there. The timing's there. The accuracy is there. He also is a good wrestler as well. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if Barcelos has it covered in this fight. I think he's at disadvantage at every place. It's just if you believe that Montel Jackson is going to come in there with the best intentions and the bad intentions, you got to ride with Montel here. But if you don't believe it, then feel free to ride Barcelos. I mean, but like, that's just how I read it. Like, I'm going to back the younger guy here. I'm going to back the guy who's in his prime. I'm going to back the more dangerous guy here. I'm going to Montel Jackson here. Going back to the well. I think I'm going to buy the low here. What do you think about this?
Do you think Barcelos can look like Figgy in the grappling?
No. Nah,
No?
I'm predicting that he's going to come out looking 40 years old because like, I know it's a different competition level, but Figgy, yeah, like, I mean, to answer your question about can Barcelos do what Figgy did, I don't think so. I mean, I think that the level of competition that Figgy fought is just totally different than the level of competition that Barcelos has fought. I think I don't know if he can do the same thing. Just looking at this fight right here, I mean, there was a decent amount of grappling. It wasn't a lot of grappling though. Like Figgy got 2 takedowns on Montel, 2 out of 5, 2 minutes of control time. It was more so the striking. I mean, Figgy's a good striker. He's a really good striker.
I say that because Pep Talbot tried to do that. He tried to go out and knock him out, but I guess he just wasn't ready for the grappling at a young age. So, I mean, yeah, I'm also on Montel Jackson's side. I'm just a little wary of the streak that Barcelos has been going on. He's been kind of looking like a Davey Grant on a winning streak type of sequence. But yeah, I like the danger. I like the power from Montel Jackson against a 38-year-old, well, almost 39-year-old who's not getting any faster. So yeah, I see the danger part in that. So yeah, I'm also leaning Montel Jackson for this one.
Nice. Cool. Well, were there any other fights that you were thinking about for this card?
I guess on the 40-year-old subject, do you think Davey Grant still got it?
Nah. I mean, he's also a favorite of mine. I really like David Grant. Like he's cashed in a lot of bets for us in the past. Man, the funnest one for me was when he cashed. I mean, it was kind of sad. We almost lost, but like when we had him against Rafael Assunção, and this guy was definitely about to lose a decision, but then he pulled it out with that freaking like inverted triangle choke. Just amazing. I mean, like that shows you everything about David Grant. But on the flip side, I mean, this guy's been in a lot of like weird split decision losses. Some robberies. Honestly, he probably beat Yanez, got robbed. I think he beat Marcos and got robbed. Like when you think about like that, like before he lost to Jourdain, this guy legit could have been on a 6-7 fight winning streak or something like that, right? That's kind of crazy. So I mean, I have huge respect for David Grant, but I mean, this guy's like, I mean, I'm just rounding up when it comes to these guys. Like this guy's like 40, honestly. Like I don't know if I can like back these guys up anymore, man. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I need to do some more research on Adrian Luna Martinetti. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure who that guy is, honestly. When I first saw it, I thought he was like, yeah, just like some guy they found on Contender Series. Oh yeah, he is some guy they just found on Contender. So I don't know. On the surface, it seems like a Davey Grant victim because you remember guys like a Ramon Tavares, right? Like kind of a similar deal. But man, that was like almost 2 years ago. So a lot can change in 2 years at these advanced ages. Just never know. But I think I'm leaning with the younger guy right now. Need to do some more DD though. What about you?
I will say that Adrian Martinetti, he'll bring the chaos. So there'll be a lot of exchanges. As in that Contender Series fight, he fought that short guy, Mark Vologdin, who fought the last card against Sexy Mexi.
Mm.
And that fight, that was just a straight banger of a fight, back and forth war. And I can see him bring a similar type of fight to Davey Grant. But I mean, in Davey Grant's career, that's kind of like the style that he likes to be in that chaos and trade strikes and even find those crazy submissions when he's down. But this guy, he knocks people out. He has submissions. He has a grappling game too. And yeah, he's just a younger guy bringing like more of that wild side. And in this fight, I think that might just be enough against a Davey Grant. We saw what happened to him against Charles Jourdain, who was ready for that firefight, the chaos, and Davey Grant ended up on the bad end of that type of fight. So yeah, I'm leaning towards the younger guy, Martinetti, right now, trying to make his way in this UFC. He's 17-1. That's a pretty good record. So let's see how far he can go.
Yeah, I mean, pretty nice for him. He's coming in first fight in the UFC officially. This guy's on the main card of a UFC fight card. So yeah, good on him for getting to that position. Yeah, I think and based on what you told me and what I know about Davey Grant's career and how he matches up to these kind of guys, unfortunately, I think the best case scenario for Davey in these kind of fights is like a split decision loss. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Martinetti at this point. Any other fights you want to talk about? I think on my end, I don't want to force anything else. So I think I'm good on these kind of guys. I mean, I know there's some heavy favorites. There's some other like nuggets, but honestly, I might leave that for Pure Pick Pros members. But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, I guess I'll just be short on this one. We don't have to break it down or anything. But I guess the co-main, Norma Dumont and Joselyne Edwards, I would have been on the Norma Dumont side, but there's not a lot of value as her as a favorite right now. She's already ballooned to like a minus 240. So I don't really want to break that down too much. As for Joselyne Edwards, based on the odds, I don't want to just take someone just because the value's there. I think I want to look into some more tape, but I am leaning Dumont. I don't know if I'm a bet it because of the odds right now, but I'm probably gonna look at some more tape to see if there's a better spot if I were to play this fight. But that's all the breakdowns I have for this card right now.
Yeah, one thing to add about that fight, I'm strictly picking Edwards just because of the odds. So
Just
see what happens. Because I'm not laying minus 200 something on Norma Dumont. I'm good, dude. Like I don't even care what's going to happen in the fight. I think those are just ridiculous odds. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a dog trap. I mean, she opened up at minus 200. Now she's a minus 240. So it's like I feel like people are just generally going Dumont. Maybe they just know that she's a better fighter or something. But
Or it could just be a sit bet.
I don't know who's sipping for that right now. That's
Well, balloons are minus 240, so there might be a reason.
yeah. I think it's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, the caliber of competition is different a little bit, but when you're talking about women's bantamweight, I mean, like, are there really levels to this, or are they all all the same in a way? I don't know. Like I mean, she just Norma Dumont fought like Geranimi, Jermaine Geranimi or something. And that girl's like 50 years old. Like it's like I don't know, man. It's like some sketch fights. Yeah, I gotta go Edwards at plus 200, man. Like I don't know, I can't lay minus 240 or something like that on Dumont. That sounds crazy. Cool. Well, I think that's it for us for this card. Hopefully the quality will come back next week, but the I think there are some interesting opportunities here that we can do. I think just trying to keep this winning streak up. So we'll attack on the end of the week and see what happens. But yeah, any last thoughts, man?
No, we're good. Let's just keep the green going.
Let's do it. All right. Well, best of luck, everybody. Hope everything cashes. We'll be back next week.